Margaret believed she had followed every recommendation she was given. At 67 years old, she had spent years trying to understand why her energy never returned. Before meeting with Vital Aging, she had already consulted multiple healthcare professionals who searched for common explanations. Her thyroid levels had been checked more than once and appeared normal. Her iron levels were considered slightly low, so she was advised to take supplements. Because her sleep felt shallow and unrefreshing, she was given melatonin and encouraged to improve her nightly routine. Some suggested that her exhaustion was simply part of getting older, while others mentioned emotional stress, retirement adjustments, or the challenges that can come with major life changes. She accepted those possibilities, but deep inside, she knew something was still missing. She increased her exercise, changed her habits, and followed the guidance she received, yet the overwhelming fatigue remained. When Margaret finally met with Vital Aging, the approach was different. Instead of examining each complaint as an isolated issue, the focus was on seeing how all of her symptoms connected over time. Her iron levels were not improving as expected, even with consistent supplementation. Her sleep quality remained poor despite taking melatonin and creating a healthier bedtime routine. Then she described another issue that she considered too minor or unrelated to mention before. She experienced repeated episodes of bloating that appeared unpredictable. Some weeks she felt completely normal. Then the bloating would return and last several days before disappearing again. As the conversation continued, she shared one more detail that caught attention: a persistent itching sensation that became worse at night. She had assumed it was simply aging skin or dryness, but when all of these signs were viewed together, a different pattern began to emerge, suggesting that the source of the problem might not be where previous evaluations had focused. Vital Aging asked Margaret a question that had never been explored during her previous appointments. Instead of focusing only on blood tests, sleep patterns, or individual symptoms, the question was about what was happening inside her digestive system. Had anyone carefully investigated the environment of her gut? Not simply through routine testing, but through a more detailed evaluation designed to look for hidden causes? The answer was no. No one had taken that deeper step. A few weeks later, after a more comprehensive digestive assessment, important information finally came to light. Margaret's experience was not a rare story or an example of someone being unusually unlucky. It represented a larger issue in how many people understand chronic fatigue and digestive problems. The body often communicates through small changes that appear unrelated at first. Energy levels, digestion, skin reactions, and sleep quality can all be connected. When those signals are examined together instead of separately,
the first important signal is persistent fatigue that does not improve even after getting enough sleep. This is different from the normal tiredness that comes after a busy day or physical activity. Many people describe this type of exhaustion as a constant heaviness, as though their energy is being drained before they even begin their morning. After age 60, this symptom is often dismissed too quickly because aging is commonly blamed for changes in energy. But ongoing fatigue that remains for weeks or months deserves closer attention, especially when it appears alongside digestive issues or unexplained changes in nutrient levels. Vital Aging believes it is important to look deeper before accepting age as the only explanation. If iron, vitamin B12, or other nutritional markers remain lower than expected despite proper supplementation, it raises an important question. Why is the body not maintaining healthy levels? Sometimes the answer requires examining how well the digestive system is absorbing and using the nutrients it receives. The second signal is digestive discomfort that follows a repeating cycle rather than a predictable pattern. Some people experience constipation for several days, followed by loose stools, then a short period where everything seems normal before the symptoms return again. Many adults learn to live with this pattern because they assume it is simply part of getting older. They may adjust their diet, try different supplements, increase water intake, or experiment with probiotics, hoping the issue will finally disappear. Sometimes these changes provide temporary relief, but the underlying cycle continues. Vital Aging emphasizes that recurring digestive changes are worth paying attention to because the digestive system is constantly responding to what is happening inside the body.
When symptoms repeatedly appear and disappear without a clear explanation, it may indicate that something is disrupting normal gut function. This does not prove a specific cause, but patterns that persist over time provide valuable information that should be discussed during a healthcare evaluation. The third signal involves unusual cravings, especially a sudden increase in the desire for sugar and refined carbohydrates. Many people immediately connect these cravings to stress, emotions, habits, or changes in blood sugar, and those factors can certainly play a role. However, when strong cravings appear alongside ongoing fatigue and digestive problems, Vital Aging believes the full picture deserves attention. The relationship between the gut and the brain is complex, and signals from the digestive system can influence appetite, food preferences, and daily energy patterns. The microorganisms living inside the digestive tract interact with the body in ways researchers are still continuing to understand. A noticeable change in eating behavior, particularly when it develops without a major change in lifestyle, diet, or stress